days ago. Portugal regularly used a 4-4-2 formation in qualifying. Whether Guedes plays just behind Ronaldo or alongside him, we will just have to wait and see. Portugal have played in more World Cups with Cristiano Ronaldo than without. This their 4th with their talisman. It's their 7th World Cup in all. Gianluca Rocchi from Italy is in charge. 2 Italian assistants. Ryuji Sato from Japan is the 4th official. And back in Moscow, there is the lineup of VAR officials, led by Massimiliano Irrati from Italy. David De Gea was an ever-present in qualifying. Many of this Spanish team we know would have started no matter who the coach is. Sergio Busquets is arguably Spain's most important player. Andres Iniesta scored the extra-time winner when Spain beat the Netherlands in the 2010 World Cup final. Sergio Ramos captains Spain. New coach Fernando Hierro was Ramos's hero when he was growing up. Diego Costa leads the attack. 4 of this starting 11 started the World Cup final in South Africa 8 years ago. Fernando Santos. Portugal qualified for this World Cup on his 63rd birthday last October by beating Switzerland. And I bet he never thought he'd be sitting there. Fernando Hierro, the former Spanish international and Real Madrid defender, promoted from his post of sporting director to head coach. Draw as this match gets underway. Spain and Portugal, who have both lost their opening match in the last 2 World Cups. The stage is set here in Sochi for what could be a World Cup classic to remember for many years. It is a humid night, despite the late kickoff time. It's 9 o'clock in the evening here, local time. 2 Iberian neighbours. Cristiano Ronaldo facing 4 of his Real Madrid teammates. Portugal in the all-red. Spain tonight in their change colours of white with the red trim, won by David Silva. It's away by Jose Font. Looking for the run up front of Guedes. Ronaldo. Little double step over to start with. Pepe. Here's William. Guerrero. Guerrero. The little ball in field, looking for Fernandez. Guedes. Shot was blocked, but maybe Portugal can get a shot in here. Good opening from the 2016 European champions. They've won 79% of their competitive matches under Fernando Santos, just 2 defeats in 29. As for Spain, the start of a new era under Fernando Hierro. They were unbeaten under Julian Lopetegui. And I wonder what he's feeling now. The deposed national team coach who was unveiled as Real Madrid's new coach yesterday. Ronaldo. Is that a penalty? It is! Inside the opening 3 minutes, Cristiano Ronaldo fouled in the penalty area, and Portugal have the opportunity to take the lead. The challenge coming in from Nacho. Ronaldo sent sprawling. And straight away, the Italian official pointed to the spot. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 7 penalties for Portugal, but he's scored only 3 goals in his previous 13 World Cup finals appearances. He's the only Portuguese player to score at 3 different World Cups. Can he be the only Portuguese player to score at 4 different World Cups? Cristiano Ronaldo against David De Gea. It's 1-0 Portugal, and was there ever any doubt? What a start for Portugal. De Gea goes one way, Ronaldo goes the other. It's his 82nd goal for Portugal on his 151st appearance. It just had to be him. Portugal could not have dreamt of a better beginning to their opening Group B fixture. It's a nightmare start for Fernando Hierro and Spain. Played infield by Piqué. Ramos. Jordi Alba. Spanish fans all a little quiet. There are large numbers of supporters of both these countries here in Sochi. Turn is by Moutinho. Ronaldo. Free kick Portugal. Challenged by Busquets. Cristiano Ronaldo is the first player in history to score at 8 successive major tournaments. He just keeps creating records. And you know, he's only 33 years old, and given his physical condition, you really wouldn't bet against him being in Qatar in 4 years' time, provided Portugal qualify to appear at a 5th World Cup finals. Ramos. Sergio Ramos, who ended yesterday's media conference, which was full of questions about the managerial and coaching situation with Spain, by saying, cheer up, we're not at a funeral, let's get this World Cup started. And with that, he stood up and promptly marched out of the room. He did say it with a smile on his face, it has to be said. But there'll be no smiles in the Spain camp at the moment. Ronaldo clearly fouled. You can see the referee's position, an absolutely unimpeded view. And Ronaldo does what he does best. Incidentally, talking of him playing at a 5th World Cup finals in 4 years' time, no player has actually scored at 5 different World Cup finals. No doubting Fernando Hierro's pedigree. Former Spanish international, Real Madrid defender. 29 goals in 89 appearances for Spain. Played at 3 World Cup finals. There was nobody better placed, really, than the sporting director of the Spanish Football Association. Or the Spanish Football Federation, to give it its correct title. Isco. Looking for Diego Costa. Here's Iniesta. Spain really haven't had a prolonged spell of possession so far. Here's Nacho. Koke couldn't keep hold of it. Ramos. Iniesta. Costa. Busquets. Ramos. 2 on that far side. And 2 in the penalty area, hoping to get on the end of it. The shot comes in from Silva. You can see David Silva here in a little bit of space. The 4th highest goal scorer for Spain, skying that one. His international debut way back in 2006, David Silva, who was an unused substitute in the 2010 World Cup final victory. Played back by Piqué. Ramos. If you have just joined us, Portugal in front. Cristiano Ronaldo with an early penalty after he was fouled in the penalty area. Busquets. It was in fact Portugal's quickest World Cup goal since 1966. When they reached the semi-finals with the great Eusebio and company, only to be beaten in the last 4 by the eventual champions England. Ronaldo's little flick on. Guedes was trying to get on the end of it. Alba. Here's Ramos. Quickly forward by Isco. No free kick. You can hear the reaction from the Spanish supporters. There's Alba. Took a tumble. Rui Patricio made 1 appearance at the last World Cup before being injured. Portuguese goalkeeper, incidentally one of 4 Sporting players in the Portuguese squad who have this week served notice on their club that they wish to terminate their contract because after a rather unsavoury incident at the club's training ground. And that matter will now go to court. William, Gelson Martins and Bruno Fernandes are the others. Piqué. Here's Ramos. Spain's captain, who always sees a lot of the ball as he brings it out from defence. Alba. We're going to take on Pepe. Isco. That's a corner. Spain's first corner of the match. And they've taken it short. Plenty of bodies forward in white for Spain. No way through for Costa is the target. There's a little bit of debate as to whether it would be Sergio Costa playing up front or maybe Rodrigo, the other striker. Diego Costa has won the day. Here's Rafael Guerreiro. Ronaldo. Jose Font hasn't played a great deal of football in the past year. The Portuguese centre-half, Font, who's now with Chinese club Dalian Yifang. Nacho, the man who gave away the penalty. Busquets. Iniesta. Diego Costa. Again, there's targets in the middle. Cross was too deep, though. Easily gathered by Rui Patricio. Fernando Hierro is like a box of tricks on the edge of the technical area. He's constantly moving up and down, urging his players. The newly installed Spanish national coach. Worked wide by Moutinho. Cedric, here's Moutinho again. This is Rafael Guerreiro. Guerreiro. And just that little bit of pressure from Costa meant the slight miss kick from the goalkeeper. Guedes just beaten to it by Koke. Here's Piqué. Worked out wide by Isco. Ramos. Isco. Iniesta. Slowly making strides forward, Spain. Iniesta again. Silva wanted the ball played forward to him. Picked up on this at near side by Nacho. Away by Ronaldo, and Portugal might be able to break away here. It's Gonçalo Guedes, and Ronaldo making the run on this near side. Guedes will have to go all the way on his own. The pass was on for a fraction of a second there to Ronaldo, but the Portuguese captain had to check his run for fear of going offside. You see Guedes here just having a little look to his left, and then rather ran up a cul-de-sac. Piqué. First yellow card of the night. The referee was just waiting there to see what might happen. And as Moutinho challenged for it, then it was Guedes who was caught. Sergio Busquets is the first player to be cautioned then tonight. And Spain have some defending to do. It's a promising position this for Portugal, and you know who wants it as well. It's the familiar setup. Will he go for goal? Will he drive it in, hoping to get a touch from a teammate? Everyone knows what's coming. But Portugal do have somebody else out there just in case the free kick comes in a different direction. It is Ronaldo, it's straight into the wall. Look at the power behind this. Two Portuguese players, though, in the wall, committing the foul. Here's Nacho. Piqué. Gerard Piqué, who will retire from international football for Spain after this World Cup. One of the 6 players in this squad who were involved in 2010 when Spain lifted the trophy. Silva. Ramos. Forward by Iniesta. Silva. Silva's little touch. Costa isn't going to get on the end of that one. Not had a great deal of service so far tonight. Diego Costa. Ronaldo's header. This is William. Pepe. Might well be the last major tournament that we see Pepe and Jose Font together in the heart of the Portuguese defence. Pepe now 35 years of age, Font now 34. Little touch forward from Koke. Costa. Held up by Pepe. Isco. Content to let that ball roll for a Spanish throw. Ramos. Touch from Iniesta. Here's Iniesta again. Andres Iniesta looking to pull it back. And the shot is deflected wide from David Silva. Spain win their second corner. Iniesta crucial in that build-up. All bar one back for Portugal. It was towards Piqué. A little touch from Bernardo Silva, and Portugal are away. It's 3 against 2 here if the ball can be played correctly. Ronaldo in field, and Spain just able to get back. Guedes unable to apply the finishing touch to a scintillating breakaway move. Spain really struggling to get back in numbers. A little touch in field from Ronaldo. But Spain were back. That's twice now that Portugal have broke away from deep inside their own half. Approaching the midway point of the first half. Portugal in front, and they have never lost a World Cup match when they have scored the opening goal. 12 wins out of 13. The other ending all square. And looking to expunge bitter memories from 4 years ago when they lost 4-0 to Germany in their opening match. Toe poke from Bernardo Silva. Finds Guerrero. Ronaldo's in the middle. Long ball forward, looking for Diego Costa up against Pepe. Pepe gets the header and goes down. Play continues. It's Diego Costa. Can he get the shot away? Costa scores! And while Spain celebrate, Portugal are extremely upset about the manner of that goal. They felt there was a clear foul there on Pepe. There you can see the Portuguese defender down on the ground, but what brilliant skill. VAR is checking for a potential foul by Diego Costa. That check has been completed and the goal stands. There's the incident. Pepe goes down. Look how many defenders are back here for Portugal. Diego Costa all on his own. Unable to fire it past Rui Patricio. Portugal 1, Spain 1. And this match, which promised so much, is at the moment most certainly delivering. Who was it who was saying a few minutes ago that Diego Costa hadn't had much service? Yeah, I'll admit that. It is still swelteringly hot here in Sochi. Such a humid night. But an enthralling, engrossing Group B fixture. Morocco and Iran, the other two teams in this group. Isco. Alba. Here's Iniesta. Alba's continuing his run forward. Oh, it's off the underside of the bar. Diego Costa, can he bundle it in? Rui Patricio with the save. Now the flag is up on this near side. And that may well have been for offside. Isco is asking for VAR to have a review of his shot. But goal line technology would have alerted the referee to the fact that the ball had crossed the line. What an effort that was from Isco. Spain stung by that early Portuguese penalty. Right back in it. The momentum of this match at the moment, certainly with the team in white. Alba. Ramos. Koke. Alba. Silva. Diego Costa. Ball won fairly. Well, you can see there, Bruno Fernandes is going to be foul, cautioned. Well, he thought it was a fair challenge. And initially it didn't appear as though the assistant on this near side had raised his flag. Bruno Fernandes is shown yellow. Silva and Koke standing behind this free kick for Spain. Everybody back for Portugal. Silva. Look at the angle of his run-up if it is to be him. Top corner will be the target, you would presume. Ramos waiting in the penalty area. At the moment, he's just in an offside position. The nation awaits. Silva straight into the wall. Clearance not too far, though. Koke. Easily away by Font. Guedes. Too high for Ronaldo. Taken down by Silva. Guerrero have made the run on the overlap. Here he is, the fullback. Ronaldo. Here's William. Fernandez. Been a busy evening so far for the Italian official. But as you can see here, the ball, the whole of the ball, did not cross the line. Well, Spain felt there might have been a handball there from Font. Flag was up for an offside against Costa anyway. Here is Costa, scorer of the Spanish equaliser. This is Font. And Diego Costa's equaliser after 24 minutes, his first shot on target at a World Cup. Might be a little fresher than the rest. He didn't play for 6 months at the end of last year, you remember, after his dispute with his former club Chelsea in England, before moving back to his former club Atletico Madrid. Incidentally, this Spanish squad have played an awful lot of club football over the last year. Spain's squad have played more club football last season than any other World Cup nation. A total of 85,554 minutes between the 23 of them. Isco will try and keep that in and does so. It's away by Cedric. Iniesta. Silva's in a little bit of room on this near side. Piqué. Iniesta. What an emotional farewell it was for him from Barcelona at the end of last season. Off to pastures new in Japan with Vissel Kobe in the J-League. Foul on Busquets. Busquets. Nacho. Silva. Ramos. Iniesta. Picked up by William. Ronaldo set off on a run ahead of him, but wasn't spotted by the Portuguese midfielder. Portugal's throw, was it? Well, the referee has brought play back. Bernardo Silva took the throw quickly, and Cristiano Ronaldo was away. But actually the throw was awarded by the referee the other way. See here, the ball goes out of play. Taken very quickly by Silva, but erroneously. Nacho. Isco. Here's Nacho. Patient build-up from Spain. Koke trying to find a way through onto the end of his own pass. One back by Silva. Piqué. Been a good period of play for Spain since their equaliser. Iniesta. Alba had made a run forward, but was in an offside position. Silva loses out. Ramos. Koke. Here's Nacho. Ramos. Isco. Lovely interplay from Spain. The little pullback. Iniesta! Problems mounting for Fernando Santos and Portugal. The man who scored the most important goal in Spanish football history. So close to putting them ahead here. And it might just have got a little touch on the way through as well. All three of Fernando Hierro, the new coach's internationals against Portugal, ended as draws when he was a player. And we have just under 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go in the first half here. Portugal 1, Spain 1. Iniesta. Isco. Can't get a shot away this time. Guedes, the nil back heel, was a little blind. Wasn't quite sure who was behind him there. Fortunately for Portugal, William was. Piqué. Costa setting off on a run. Rafael Guerreiro. Hoping not to suffer the same fate in Russia as he did last year at the Confederations Cup when he broke his foot. The Portuguese left back. Silva. João Moutinho. Guerreiro. De Gea having to initially backtrack quickly. Fernando Santos, who was in charge of Greece at the last World Cup in Brazil. He reached the round of 16 with Greece, but lost on penalties to Costa Rica. Ramos. Isco. Nacho. Crossfield pass from Piqué. Oh, it's superbly kept in by Alba. Iniesta. Costa. Iniesta, the little ball with the outside of the boot. And it results in a corner. Alba was the target, put behind by Pepe. Busquets is just behind Costa in the penalty area. Ramos is there as well. Piqué is forward for Spain. So is Isco. Too high for Ramos. Busquets almost got to it. Here's Guerrero. Moutinho. Finds Cedric. Font. Finds Guerrero. Ronaldo. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. Possibly the longest spell of possession that Portugal have enjoyed for a few minutes. Font. Got a touch on the way through. Portuguese throw. We've got two balls in play at the moment, which is why one of them is going to have to be kicked off the pitch. You do wonder who will be the happier of these two teams if it stays this way at half-time. Will it be Fernando Hierro or Fernando Santos? Santos, who, to be honest, never really looks very happy, does he? But he did crack a smile during the media conference yesterday on one or two occasions, although Portugal, who fielded João Moutinho and Fernando Santos to the world's media yesterday, were a little aggrieved, shall we say, that most of the questions were all about the Spanish coaching position and the chaos in the Spanish camp ahead of this fixture. But it has to be said, with so much experience in the Spanish lineup, that this team can almost manage itself. Referee thought about an advantage there, decided against it. Foul on Costa after the early challenge on Busquets. Pepe just ensuring that he doesn't get a yellow card for that challenge. Spain very much stretched right across the full width of this pitch at the moment. Koke. Silva. Isco. Isco's shot. He's got 10 goals for Spain. Isco in his 29 appearances now for his country. The man who was Carlo Ancelotti's first signing when he took over at Real Madrid back in 2013. Iniesta. Here's Alba. Ooh, not the best of clearances away, it has to be said, but in his defence, there were Spanish strikers looming behind Guerrero. It's a fourth corner then for Spain. Towards Piqué, gathered by Rui Patricio. And the quick throw as well. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Portugal looking to break again. They've not been successful on the two previous occasions, and Spain now have men back in numbers. William. Silva. Cedric drives it across. Ronaldo the target. Awkward bouncing ball. William may get there. The height advantage over Andres Iniesta very much coming into play there. Guedes onside. Ronaldo wasn't initially. Ronaldo with the shot. Oh, it's gone in! An error from David De Gea, and Cristiano Ronaldo gets Portugal's second goal of the night, his second goal of the night, and very much against the run of play, Portugal are back in front. There's the ball forward. Guedes able to take it down. And Ronaldo's shot should have been comfortable for David De Gea. What an error. One that will haunt David De Gea for years to come. Because just before half-time, Cristiano Ronaldo has turned this group match back in Portugal's favour. "22 goals in his last 18 internationals for Cristiano Ronaldo. And Portugal have scored twice against a Spanish side who conceded just 3 goals in their 10 qualifying matches. As we go into an additional minimum of 1 minute. I don't know about you, I don't particularly want half-time to come. It has been fantastic fare. Silva. Ramos. Alba looking to take on Cedric. Spain get another corner. And this may well be the last passage of play in the first half. As you can see, we are almost at the additional 1 minute stage. Corner taken quickly. Referee's had a good look at his watch. What a first half that was in Sochi. Cristiano Ronaldo putting Portugal in front with an early penalty, and then in front again with a late goal that owed much to an error from David De Gea. Diego Costa with the goal for Spain. It's been absorbing, it's been wonderful, it's been engrossing, and it has been a fantastic first 45 minutes. At the break, it is Portugal 2, Spain 1. No changes to either team in terms of personnel as Portugal get the second half started here in Sochi, leading by 2 goals to 1. Portugal will be hoping fervently there is no change in the scoreline insofar as they have to be leading at the end of the 90 minutes. 2-1 they lead at the moment. Cristiano Ronaldo with both goals, an early penalty, and then a late strike which somehow eluded David De Gea in the Spanish goal. Diego Costa with the goal for Spanish side. Cristiano Ronaldo, who has a hat-trick, has a real habit of scoring hat-tricks. If he were to score again tonight, it would be his 51st career hat-trick, which is simply remarkable, isn't it? What more can you say about world's greatest ever players. And let's face it, the debate as to whether Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo is the better is a little irrelevant. Let's just enjoy the fact that we have two supreme world talents gracing the world stage at the same time. It would also be the 51st World Cup Finals hat-trick if he were to score again. Spain determined to find a way back into this match, and they certainly had very productive spells in the first half. Either side of the goal from Diego Costa. Spain in white if you have just joined us, Portugal in the all red. Isco, Silva. Well, he looked offside and eventually the flag was raised. Coming into this World Cup, Portugal had lost just one of their last 18 matches. That was to the Netherlands, who aren't here in Russia this summer, in a friendly in March. Otherwise 12 wins and 5 draws. As for Spain, unbeaten under their former coach, Lopetegui. Spain throw, which will be taken by Nacho on that far side. Sergio Ramos. Isco. Koke. Who won the Europa League in Europe last year with his club Atletico Madrid. Set up the European Super Cup final against Atletico Madrid. Of course, won the Champions League 3 weeks ago in Kiev. Ronaldo holds it up. Bernardo Silva finds William, who, if he can work it wide to that left-hand side, here's Guerrero. Radesh was the target, not found. Iniesta can't find his way past two. And in the end, the shot is well wide. Isco. $43,866. The attendance here in Sochi tonight. Looks to be a bit of shirt pulling there, and indeed there was on Busquets. Silva trying to get away from William. Costa. Awkward bounce for Cedric. Just got there ahead of Isco. Ronaldo beaten in the air by Ramos. William. Piqué.